Welcome to the first What's New video from CitizenCitadel, your place for all things Star Citizen. We're going to take a look at what's changed in Alpha 3.1 and talk about the upcoming 3.1.1 patch. CIG managed to get all of the features on the roadmap into the final 3.1 release and even snuck in a bunch of extras. We'll cover each improvement briefly and look at what issues exist in 3.1. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first item we'll talk about is the new ships, the first of which is the APOA Nox Q. The Nox is an open canopy racer from APOA, with the Q variant being flyable as of Alpha 3.1. The Q variant was designed to celebrate the inaugural sale of the first Nox for human riders, and is capable of zipping along planet surfaces or through deep space. The second ship to make its way into 3.1 is the Aegis Reclaimer. The Reclaimer is arguably one of the most anticipated ships of 3.1. This industrial salvage ship is currently the biggest flyable ship in the verse at 155 meters in length. For 3.1, CIG have enlarged the large landing pad at Port Olisar to allow this behemoth to land. While the salvage mechanic isn't in the game yet, it is on the roadmap for Alpha 3.2, so we could see it being very useful in the near future. The ship itself is a maze to explore, and I personally enjoyed spending time exploring the corridors. Next, we have another highly anticipated ship, the Terrapin from Anvil Aerospace. It is a scanning/exploration ship, though it packs reasonable firepower when necessary. It is flyable in 3.1, and while I haven't personally tested it, I hear positive things from those that have. Scanning is another mechanic we're yet to see, but the Terrapin makes a great little protection ship in the meantime. Then we have the Misk Razor. I have had the pleasure to test the Misk Razor for myself, and it really is as fast as it looks. Designed to be Misk's entry into the 2947 Murray Cup, this ship is designed to be small, lightweight, and above all else, fast. It's great fun to play around with, and it features a quantum drive for when you really need to pop across the verse in a hurry. Last, but by no means least, we have the Tumbril Cyclone. The first of the Cyclone range has been released in the 3.1 patch, giving us a taste of on-planet travel. The Cyclone has an open flatbed at the back for transporting cargo, and 2 seats in the front for transporting people. There isn't a huge amount of planetside gameplay right now, but with land claims planned for Alpha 3.4, it's a good time to start thinking about picking one up if you haven't already. The first major feature of Alpha 3.1 is the service beacon system. The service beacons will be built out in the future to have a huge range of functions, such as crewing your ship, requesting repairs, and getting refueled. For now, however, CIG have given us the transport and combat assistance beacons to allow us to test the system in 3.1. Transport beacons allow you to request a pickup from your current location, and have the other player drop you off in your desired location. You can set the fee that you offer for the contract, and you can request someone of at least a certain reputation. The reputation system is out of 5 stars, and you'll be asked to rate the other player after the contract ends. The second beacon is the combat assistance beacon. This allows you to request help when you're in a sticky situation, such as being interdicted by pirates. Both systems work essentially the same way at this stage, though we'll likely see iterations to it in future patches. Another big feature of 3.1 is the character customizer. Citizens can now customize their characters in the verse using the new character customizer. A range of faces, hairstyles and colours, eye colours and skin tones are now available to allow citizens to customize their characters to their heart's desire. There are between 9 and 16 options for each one of the styles, but this is only the first iteration of the customizer, so we'll likely see more as time goes by. Still, this is a healthy collection for citizens to sink their teeth into. Next up, the HUD has seen some improvements. The HUD has been generally improved in 3.1 to address the legibility of text, and to generally make the UI more distinct on a per-manufacturer basis. One notable improvement is the ship damage indicator that has been changed from a flat 2D representation to a 3D one. This can be moved and observed to improve your idea of which ship components are damaged. It has also been designed to use a scaled-down version of the real ship rather than rendering a new one, to increase performance. A small feature that CIG snuck in is procedural walking. This is a neat feature that was added in 3.1, allowing the character's walking animations to move in a more fluid way, and not to simply climb on top of objects when they get in the way. It adds to the overall immersion and is nothing but a good thing. Next up is Mobi-Glass improvements. The Mobi-Glass has been reorganized and tidied up for 3.1, bringing a much slicker UI design. Almost all the apps have remained the same, with the notable exception of the Personal Manager app. This has seen some tweaks to the UI to make it a little more intuitive, and to reduce the number of menus to swap out items. It's looking a lot better, and it works a lot better than the 3.0 version. Then, we've got a range of new ship weapons. 3.1 saw the introduction of 3 new ship weapon systems into the game. First off, we have the Gallinson GT series. This includes the Scorpion Gatling gun, the Mantis Gatling gun, and the Tarantula ballistic cannon. You can pick them up in the Voyager Direct store if you're in the need of some extra firepower. Next, we have the Amon and Reese Omnisky. This includes the Omnisky 3, a size 1 laser cannon found on the 350R, and the Omnisky 6, a size 2 laser cannon found on the 300i, the 315p, and the 325A. Finally, we have the Preacher Armament Distortion Scattergun. We don't know much about Preacher Armament at this stage, but I'm excited to try this scattergun out in the verse. Following that, we have helmet polish and lighting improvements. With all of the ongoing updates and changes, CIG decided they weren't 100% happy with the helmet tech that was in place. As such, they made some improvements and adjustments to the helmets to ensure the characters would be properly lit inside the helmet, and fix some bugs causing the face to stay lit when the helmet was removed. It's not a huge change, but it's a nice touch nonetheless. After that, we have the improved planet tech. As part of the work towards new planet systems, CIG have continued to work on improvements to the planet tech. This will help them greatly when working on planets such as Hurston, and with what they call procedurally assisted planets. It's something we won't see the immediate benefit of, but will experience its effects further down the line. It has made some improvements to the verse, however, having been applied to Yella, making it look much more visually impressive. You'll have to check it out for yourself. Then we have IFCS balance. There were several bugs in the previous iteration of the IFCS, including preventing you from taking off at landing pads at Olisar. These have been patched, and improvements have been made to the IFCS system, however it is still far from perfect. A few complaints have popped up on Spectrum already related to mouse input, and we'll wait to see how CIG respond to these. The next item on our list is ship weapon balance. In a continuing attempt to make the game more fair and fun for everyone, CIG has done a balance pass on all of the ship weapons and missiles to make them more reasonably powered. This should make encounters a little more fair and prevent you from being immediately destroyed by pirates. The next item is ship AI. Another background task, CIG have finished moving the ship AI to work with their internal tool, Subsumption. This is something we likely won't see the immediate benefit of, but it makes it faster for them to iterate and change the AI in the future. Then we have everyone's burning topic, performance optimization. Frame rates have seen a huge boost, thanks in part to serialized variable culling. This allows the game to avoid calculating physics for objects that are deemed too far away to matter, reducing the overall strain on the system. CIG have also put huge effort into general performance tweaks and improvements, and it seems to have paid off in a big way. Where frame rates on my 1066 gig were previously around the 15 to 18 mark, I'm now seeing 24 to 26 as my stable frame rate, and as I'm writing this, I'm getting 37 FPS. The PTU build of 3.1.1 seems to offer slightly better still, though this could be due to a huge number of factors, so don't rely on that making its way to the live build. The downside to this is that we're seeing a lot more client crashes in 3.1. It's not fully understood what's causing them at the moment, but CIG are hoping to get the 3.1.1 patch out ASAP to address them. In the meantime, enjoy the game, but avoid loading up on too much cargo. You don't want the game to crash with a caterpillar full of hydrogen like I did. The first of our issues is ship insurance. A notable issue in 3.1 is the addition of an alpha UEC cost to expedite insurance claims. The costs are quite significant, scaling with the size of the ship. This means that if you lose a large ship, you could be waiting hours or paying tens of thousands of AUEC to expedite the claim. CIG have addressed this and are planning to reduce the expedite costs in the upcoming 3.1.1 patch. As of the PTU build, they have been reduced, although it's unknown by just how much. The other main issue is the economy rebalance. CIG have rebalanced the economy to make it harder to make millions of AUEC in mere hours. This is designed to add more hours of gameplay grinding to your targets. However, with the frequent crashes, players are getting increasingly agitated and losing all of their money. We're also seeing the cost of expediting ship insurance being a huge amount more than you can reasonably expect to earn in trading. Hopefully, the 3.1.1 patch will address these issues. That's all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and let me know if you have any other issues I haven't mentioned. Like if you liked it, drop a comment, and let me know what you thought. Subscribe if you want to see more Star Citizen content, and I'll see you around the verse.